All hail Biafra. This is Biafra Liberation Army Network coming to you again. Please do subscribe, like, share, and comment.
Fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom, I want to bring to you a very important and very interesting interview between Barrister Maxwell Akpara and the AIT brown envelope journalist. I don't want to take so much time in introducing this particular interview because it's a long interview, but I want you guys to enjoy it. Please sit down, relax, and watch and see this evil hatred that is being perpetuated on Ndibo, on Biafrans, is being exposed more and more. And Barrister Maxwell Akpara, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer and a human rights lawyer, did a good job in exposing the zoo in this particular interview. Thank you, Barrister Maxwell. Please watch this video, share it, and make it go viral. Airborne.
Now, and just to tell you that barely 48 hours after honoring police invitation, the president of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Joe Ajero, has again been re-invited over ongoing investigations into what the police has referred to alleged case of criminal intimidation conducts likely to cause breach of public peace and malicious damage to properties. So this is one of the issues we will be analyzing this morning. What does this entail for Nigeria, and what is the response of the NLC to this invitation? How did they even respond to the first one? What are the issues that have arisen yet again to warrant this re-invitation? Our guest is Maxwell Akpara, a human rights lawyer, seated right here in the studio. Thank you so much, Michael, and welcome. Maxwell, rather. Good morning.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Kunle.
It's unusual to see you not wearing a suit this morning, but
no, the suit is in the car. You know, all the NSAS suspects will be arraigned at Federal High Court.
So you are heading to court?
Yes, when I finish now, I will rope and join my colleagues there.
Excellent.
Yes.
So let's talk about this new invitation by the police to the NLC president and, of course, the General Secretary, Emma Ugbaja. What are the implications of the second one? He's already honored the first invitation on Thursday, and we saw that about an hour or so after he walked into the venue of the meeting, he walked back outside. But what's going on?
Yes, I will narrate what happened when we visited, when we accompanied Ajero to visit to honor the old invitation. But I just want to start by saying that this is just a war against the Igbos. It's because Ajero is an Igbo man.
How do you mean?
I will explain, and you get to understand what I'm saying. I will explain. Now, because had it been that it's another tribe that's occupying that NLC office, you will not be hearing all these things. You watch what happened in Nnamdi Kanu's matter, how other persons that even committed more crime.
No, Maxwell, you are going to really strain to convince me this morning.
I'm going.
That
you will
this
be
is
convinced.
about
You will be
ethnicity.
convinced. And I'm a lawyer. I know the implication of what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. I go by facts. It's because of Nnamdi Kanu is an Igbo man. That's why others were asked to go, and Nnamdi Kanu is being detained. You know what is happening to the Ezigbo in Lagos? He is still under detention. Why some people who came out to threaten a particular tribe are moving freely. Now, on the NLC, we had series of NLC presidents in this country. I started working with NLC during the time of Adams Oshomole. I work with Oma. I work with the immediate past one. And they have been organizing protests. They have been kicking against increment of fuel price. They have been fighting for minimum wage. Why should Ajero's own different?
Now the times are different.
I'm coming now.
The times are different. You know, things that happened before when the other presidents were there are different from now. Even the regimes are different. So you cannot just raise a tribal sentiment.
I'm telling you now that the regime of this APC that started from Buhari have passion hatred for the Igbos.
I don't think that is correct.
You asked me, you say I should convince you, and I want to convince you. Don't want me to convince you. I'm telling you that what happened in Kanu, where people are carrying flag, had it been that thing happened in Enugu or Umuahia or Inowure, by now there wouldn't have been something like a Southeast. They would have leveled the entire Southeast. Those people that carried flag, had it been that flag, the Igbos never participated in the protest. Had it been that particular flag that was carried in the north, we are carried in the Southeast, by now there wouldn't have been nothing like anything like a Southeast. Now, going back to what we are talking about the invitation. Now, watch, this is what happened. That invitation, the first one said, the office is investigating a case of criminal conspiracy, terrorism financing, treasonable felony, subversion and crime, and cyber crime, in which you were mentioned. Talking about Ajero now, in which you were mentioned. Now, that particular invitation was given on the 19th. That was, I think, Monday. And he was asked to report the following day, less than 24 hours. Very strange. NLC president, who was writing an exam. So he wrote to them through the lawyer that, please, can you allow me to finish my exam? I'll come on the 29th. Lo and behold, on the 29th, we were there. Surprisingly, on camera, the head of IRT said, there was no petition against you. Nobody accused you of anything. Nobody's even mentioned your name. It's against what was contained in the invitation. That rather, somebody who was occupying an apartment in the NLC building committed act of terrorism, and we're investigating the man. In the course of that, we saw some document relating to NLC. That's why we invited you. Can you tell us what you know about it? Ajero said, well, thank God that you have stated it correctly. One, that building is not under NLC. That building is built by, I think, Third Fund, according to them. And Third Fund need to recuperate their money before they will not hand it over, about 500 million naira. Those tenants there are being put into there by the Third Fund, even before Ajero becomes the NLC president. So the person you are talking about, I don't know him. I don't have his number. I know that there's a bishop there, and I do go there to check some books. That was just it. Then he now talked about NLC minutes. Ajero said it's a public document. Anytime we're having a meeting, people do come. And most of the times after our meeting, they normally upload the minutes to social media. So people have access to the minutes. So he brought out one other document. He did not show Ajero, but he showed Femi Falana. Look at it. So Ajero explained, he said, okay, that's all. No statement whatsoever was taken from Ajero. We took pictures, everybody.
And left. So this second invitation
now, this second one.
What about it?
This second one, watch that letter. The date of that letter was on the 28th of August. The letter was dated 28th of August. In other words, that letter is already on before 29th. And the police know that Ajero will be honoring that particular invitation on the 29th.
So they were inviting him for a second time while he had not even answered the first one.
I want to let you know that this is just a calculated attempt to suppress NLC headed by an Igbo man. This is a calculated attempt to edge Ajero out so that another person in that NLC can take over. Because of 2027, the earlier we started saying this thing, the better for this country. Now, that particular letter was dated 28th, and Ajero honored the new one on the 29th. So they waited immediately after Ajero finished that one. In less than 48 hours, they now submitted this one. Now, the first one was that he should honor it the following day with a threat of arrest. Now, the second one now, they gave him 7 days, more than 7 days. They asked him, he received that letter on the 31st, and he was asked to honor it on the 5th. That is more than 7 days. I just want to, now the question there is that, if you feel that Ajero committed this particular crime, the same office, because that particular IRT is under force intelligence, the DIG is controlling that. Then the question there is that, what stops you from consolidating that crime? Why are you duplicating it? One office. That's my red flag. One office. So now, After that particular day, I was given opportunity to address NLC. And I told NLC, it's on record. Ask Abulu. I told NLC, I know Nigeria very well. I know this government, APC government, I know them very well. You people should not relent. You people should still be at alert because they are coming up, they may come up with another strategy. In less than 48 hours, this particular Ajero received this particular letter. Now, what stopped them from consolidating the crime? Because if somebody wrote a petition, if 30 persons wrote a petition against a particular person, you receive this one, you receive this one, you receive this one, you don't duplicate it, you consolidate the investigation.
Let's even look at what the allegations are really. In the first one, it was about documents that were, collected from the NLC building, which, implicated him. The second one is saying that, the police referred to why they invited him as
criminal intimidation. Conduct likely to cause breach of public peace and malicious damage to properties in which your name is featured.
So let's look at the two cases. Are they related in any way?
I should be asking them because one, this particular issue has to do with, you remember that all these things started immediately after that protest, where Ajero said, NLC, we are not part of the protest, we are not going to be involved in the protest, but everybody that wants to protest have their right to protest. Everybody. And Ajero is also mobilizing people. They were mobilizing people to make sure that 70,000 naira is being implemented. And a lot of other issues that has to do with labor as a party. He told me all these things. Now, the question I'm asking now is that you are talking about criminal conspiracy, terrorism, financing, treasonable felony. And these particular ones now are lesser offense to compare two of them. What stops you from, if you don't have a negative intention, maybe they have discovered that the way this first one is going, we will not get what we want. Let us come with another plan. So, Ajero will honor it. Ajero is not covered by Section 308 of the Constitution. It's not under immunity. But what we are saying, those of us that are involved, we are saying is that whatever thing that you are doing, make sure that you follow the law. When the president, Tinubu, was docked, that was, I think, in 2011 or thereabout, at Code of Conduct, I mobilized lawyers. We appeared and gave him solidarity support against the then president, I think, Jonathan. We are led by Olanibeku SAN. There at Code of Conduct, Jabi, when the NSA Nuhu Ribadu was accused, he ran away. I mobilized. We joined Femi Falana and led us. We gave him solidarity support. We have been doing all these things. So what we are saying is that if somebody commits crime, follow the due process. Investigate your matter. Don't witch-hunt anybody. Don't use police. Thank God that Inspector General, look at all those Inspector General of Police. We are shouting. They have all left. They use them and dump them. They cannot come out freely in the society. We are warning them. Ranging from Suleiman Abbas, Suleiman Abba, Idris Mohammed Abubakar, and this present one. And we are fighting all these things, including police elongation. Don't destroy Nigerian police as Buhari destroyed Nigerian army. If you retire, go. Let other people come. When I was fighting this thing, Kunle, this present IG was AIGO. I could remember when he was investigating one matter that involved one Chinese people. He was saying, hey, Maxwell, you are doing well. That is how we see. Now it have reached our own turn. It will not stand. Oga, Inspector General of Police, it will not stand. If you like, pay the money to amend that police act. It will not. We'll follow it legally. We'll follow it legally. We can't allow people to destroy Nigeria.
You are delving into something that is not part of our purview.
No, we are talking about Nigeria.
I understand we're talking about Nigeria, but specifically we're looking at the invitation, the second invitation of Joe Ajero now.
Using police.
Calm down now, Maxwell. Okay. Just try and stay calm. Let's look at the issues that we have for this morning. Now, talking about all of this, you've mentioned the role that Joe Ajero, as president of the NLC, played during the #End Bad Governance in Nigeria protest. He came out clearly to say, we are not part of it.
Yes.
and Nigerians are free to protest under the law.
Yes.
And that was the summation of the role
Yes.
he played.
Yes.
So how come now we have an invitation talking about criminal intimidation, conducts likely to cause breach of public peace, malicious damage to property and all of that?
I told you here the other day, if Nigerian government want to deal with you, they can go extra length. I have my facts, I practice law, I've been defending people. Because don't be surprised now that they must have gotten one of this mention that Ajero sent us. But we are not against that, because the only thing that will last is the truth. Lies will never last. So if you feel that Ajero has committed crime, because you have this particular information as at the 28th of August, and Ajero reported in your office 29th, you did not come up with it. You just allow him to go in less than for 48 hours. You serve him another invitation. And you want to put the country under stress again, labor mobilizing in their various states, keeping Nigeria under tension. What do you want to achieve? Because of 2027. So, and what we are saying that if you are investigating a matter, just like as I said, follow the right channel. People have been facing criminal allegation. People have been going to court. If Ajero commits any crime, he will go in for it. Nobody will defend him. Nobody will save him. If Ajero involved in anything that has to do with terrorism, he will go in for it. But from the one that we are seeing now, they want to intimidate Ajero because he's an Igbo man. They want to clamp down labor. That is just it. That is the simple fact. And it will not go well because, one, what we are talking about now is that we know what we have been passing through to calm people down in the southeast. Today is Monday. Enter southeast and see what is going on. Nobody is happy. How can you be ruling in Abuja and you are a part of your country? In fact, a Chinese person, a foreigner, is much more recognized in this country than an Igbo man. Take it to bank. In fact, a Chinese can say anything in this country, a Russian can say anything, a British man can say anything and go and get away with it. If an Igbo man said him, you are in for it. That's why they said.
But Maxwell, you are an Igbo man.
Yes, now.
You've always had your say, and nobody has intimated.
This one you are asking me not to talk. Is it not only? Is it only probably?
I'm only asking you to, because you are a lawyer and
I'm making statement of fact.
When you allege, you have to prove.
Am I not proving them? I'm asking why is Nnamdi Kanu still under detention?
All right, Maxwell.
Why is Ezigbo still under detention?
Those are apples and oranges now, Maxwell.
You said what?
Apples and oranges.
Maxwell,
I don't know what you mean that apples are not oranges. What is the difference between Nnamdi Kanu and Sonny Boho? What is the difference between Nnamdi Kanu and Sowore? What's the difference between are they not human beings and the chairman of president of Alakat? Are they not Nigerians? It's because of Nnamdi Kanu is an Igbo man.
All right, Maxwell.
When is the agitation of self-determination becomes a crime in this country?
Maxwell, we'll come back with this discussion really after Kakaki Socials, because I'm going to ask you this when we return. There are insinuations in some quarters that probably Ajero has also meddled into politics somehow. Probably that is why some of this persecution is coming. Right. So we will be talking about that when we come back. Let's see how Nigerians are reacting to trending issues on the social media space on Kakaki Socials. Back into our conversation, which we started earlier before the break for Kakaki Socials, and we're looking at the reinvitation of the president of the NLC by the police and some of the allegations thrilling him and his participation in what the police has termed criminal intimidation. Of course, our guest has said he will honor that invitation, but what the implication of that is what we're trying to look at from the angle or the eye of a lawyer in the house. Maxwell Opera, a human rights lawyer, is still very much with us. Thank you for your patience.
My pleasure.
All right. Before we went to that break, I said I was going to ask you that it will seem in some quarters some people are insinuating that Ajero, as the NLC president, may have dabbled into politics, and that's why probably there's some political, persecution as well, so to speak.
Of course, yes. That is just it. Because Ajero, as a labor leader, and labor as an association, express their rights under the Constitution by supporting a particular candidate, which is a candidate of their own party, which party the law gave them the power to establish. So after that incident, since this president noticed or suspected that Ajero supported the P2B. That was where all these things started. And they felt that Obi is a threat to them in 2027. The earlier we get rid of him now, the better for us. These are the naked facts. And then, calling my sister, the earlier we begin to say all these things, the better for us. So you see what is happening in Sokoto? That some people have decided to go and kill bandits, and they are now mobilizing military to go and do what? Are they not doing their work there? They are killing all those bandits. Instead of you to encourage them, that's what happened in Imo State, when some people now came. So what we are saying is that the earlier we call a spade, the better for this country.
But the president isn't the one inviting the NLC president.
Police is not under the presidency. Police is under the office of the Attorney General. Attorney General is under the president. If the president wants you to be prosecuted now, you will be arrested and prosecuted. We are not operating democracy in this country. So those of us that are, my annoyance in all these things, I don't want to talk about that of Buhari because Buhari is a presumed innocent. He came with the military. And my annoyance is because of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu. That somebody that joined in fighting this democracy and you want democracy to be destroyed under your own nose. Have you forgotten the time they docked at Code of Conduct Tribunal? Why all of us gathered and said, no, you cannot intimidate him because he's speaking. Ribado dissented. Why should you people now turn around? So the thing, you are talking about the implication. The implication is that the way the things are going in this country, they may not control it all. Because an average Igbo man now is not happy with this country. He's not happy. Even those that were against Nnamdi Kanu agitation before, they are not supporting him. Because there is no place, any place you see an Igbo man doing something, you attack. Go to Lagos, attack. Go to everywhere, attack. Is that the one from the country? And instead of you to manage all these things, carry everybody along, you have emerged. Yes, person I voted against him. That's when you do well. We clap for you. When you did not do well, the issue of the issue of local government financial autonomy.
Maxwell,
I will hail you. We commended you. But the one you are not doing well, we condemn it. And these are the things that will help you. Look at this end of bad governance protest. Do you know why the thing is like this? Because all those psychophants, all those people, all those notice me, eye servicemen that are around him, so that they will say, President will say that you are working. These are the people that cause this trouble. Had they been that time these people gave that notice, as the father of the nation, you address them. Calm everybody down. Look for the immediate ones you can address. Issue of releasing Nnamdi Kanu, issue of all those. You address all those immediate ones and tell them to give you more time. Not to say, you minister, we'll kill you. In his country. When Mwike was the governor, this guy was using the military to attack him. In fact, one of his aides were killed by the military. When Wike was governor of Rivers State, all of us condemned it. I mean, you cannot be using external forces to Rivers State to intimidate people. Now, you feel that you have come back. You killing who? If you kill all of us, whom will you govern?
Well, Maxwell, let's get back to the issue at hand. So what is next now for the NLC president?
We are going there. We prepared. In the 5th, we honor the invitation. So on our own, as his lawyers, we have asked him question. What of this particular one? He said that he don't even know what he's talking about. He never participated in the protest. He never encouraged anybody to participate in the protest. He told the world that, please, the NLC is not involved, but they should allow people that want to protest, which is normal. So when we get to that place, they will come up with the evidence. If they have any evidence, cogent evidence that is obvious, of course, he's not under immunity. He will be prosecuted. But what will not take is intimidation. Because you're talking about the implication of it. The implication of it is that, so this place, this particular person came out from a particular place, and you will check your conduct. You said that you're going to continue from where Buhari stopped. One of the things Buhari did is to hate an Igbo man, make sure that an Igbo man never existed. And we are not continue from where he stopped.
Maxwell.
But that is the truth now. But that is the truth. People are watching. They know that I'm speaking the truth.
Now you're talking about intimidating the NLC, and the NLC is the one now saying, I mean, the police now is saying there's also alleged, intimidation. criminal intimidation by the NLC president in this letter as we see it. So I don't really know which institution is intimidating which, at the end of the day.
Nkole, you're talking about NLC president. We are talking about number one person that is controlling how many millions. Ajero told that young man that day. Anyway, but there are many ways you can do this thing without unnecessarily raising tension. The DSSS director do call me. The army chief do call me. Even the IG has called me on several occasions. I will come without people knowing. This letter you are writing, after writing the letter, you first of all send it to the social media. The former one, Ajero saw it first in the social media before then I send it to his WhatsApp. And when he confirmed, he said, we came to your office and we do not see anybody. You are coming to labor office, that labor office that have how many staff there, you do not see anybody. So the IGRO told them that there are many ways you can handle all these issues. If you feel that I have committed a crime or you're investigating me, you invite me. If you feel that you cannot come to my office. So what we are saying is that we will honor it. But what I am telling you is that this is a war against the Igbo. And I know that you people don't want to hear it, but God knows that you Nkoli know the truth, Kule know the truth, be a cameraman, everybody, those who are watching us, know that yes, and Igbos are endangered species in this country. What others do and get away with it, if we will get into it. And we have contributed in the development of this country. There is no community that will not see the presence of the Igbos there. What is our offense?
All right.
That you will now see us as a slave in this country. You have taken all the whole appointment. You have taken everything. You rule this country for 8 years. You marginalize us. You take our son, Hamadike one. Nnamdi Kanu is number one.
All right.
Get him there and you feel that the people will be happy with
Maxwell, you are going to court today because the End Bad Governance protesters will be arraigned.
And why I'm going to court? Majority of all those people there are from the north. From the list they gave me, I did not even see anybody from Igbo there. The majority of them are from the north and from the west, but we will defend them. We will defend them. Allow them, if they feel that you have any incriminating evidence against them, prosecute them. Let them take their plea. Prove your case. If you prove your case, secure this, and they will go in for it. But what we cannot take is when you see a child, 7-year-old child that is carrying flag, you don't even know what he's carrying. You get him arrested and bring him to Abuja here so that people will clap for you. Nkoli, if you go to Ayaruti, the day Ajero came to that place, the kind of sophisticated weapon I saw there that day, if half of them, you take half of them to Bonu, will not have a problem. Anytime Nnamdi Kanu is coming to Federal High Court, the kind of weapon, the kind of men you will see there, if you share half of them and take them to the north, all this issue of terrorism and bandits will stop.
Right.
But when they see any civilians, lawyers, they prepare with their
we have to leave it there this morning. Thank you very much. We wish you the best as you go to court this morning to defend the End Bad Governance protesters.
Tell the president he should release Nnamdi Kanu, release the Igbo of Lagos.
Allow people, allow the Igbos to breathe.
Allow the Igbos to breathe.
We'll be going into the second conversation. Now, of course, we'll be talking about terrorism and banditry as well. But this time we'll be looking at the angle of self-defense, which some communities in the northwest and other communities in the country, even in Zamfara, Sokoto, and all of that, have already taken into their hand due to frustration, believing that if nobody can protect them, they can protect themselves. Should other communities join them? These are some of the issues we will be finding out from our guest who joins us now virtually. Dr. Ferdinand Ekwang is a counter-terrorism strategist. Thank you so much for your time yet again. Good morning.